Hi everyone, it's Amy. I've come in to have a little chat about some lessons today. For those of you who don't know, I come from an anthropology background, social science, and into social work. I now work as a mental health practitioner, and I also lead teams of mental health practitioners. So my motivation for doing these little videos is to just share little nuggets of wisdom. I've had some experiences in life. I've met some amazing people who've shared them with me, and if I can pass some of those on, that's a good thing, especially in this online community where I'm very humbled to be a part of. So today I'd like to talk about what you talk about, you bring about. Okay, so some of you are probably familiar with this concept where our words are powerful. I think there's some sayings out there like our words are magic, and that's why. Oh no, wait, our words are spells, and that's why it's called spelling. It's that sort of concept. But what you talk about, you will bring about. What you focus in on, what you're ruminating on, what you talk about, you will bring about. Now, as a mental health practitioner, therapist, obviously I would be in situations often where there's people talking about what they're feeling, talking about what they've experienced, talking about some not so great stuff. I do think there's a time and a place for venting, but I think you need to really be conscious in yourself of, are you venting to just let it out and release a little bit, or are you ruminating? Are you going over it and over it and over it again? Because what you talk about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. But that's probably another video. But right now, what you talk about. So when we think about finding your path out of a situation, when we think about being in a dark place and trying to find a way out, sometimes we do need to describe where we are. Sometimes we do need to describe, hey, this feels dark and this is what I'm experiencing and this is what I've been through that's led me to this point. And that is very valid. That is something we all need to do from time to time, and it's very healthy for us to do that. But if you have every interaction with every person you're talking to and you're retelling the same story, my ex, this is what's happened. Oh, my ex, this is what's happened. Oh, yeah, I've been through this thing and it's my ex, and this is what's happened. You are absolutely keeping that at the forefront of your consciousness. Now, pain is a real thing, and sometimes it can taint how we're experiencing the world, and sometimes people would be like, oh, what's wrong? And you may be inclined to be like, well, this is what's wrong. But for each time that you're telling that story, you are creating more of that reality. But each time that you're going over that, you're cementing into your consciousness that that is who you are and how you are. We see examples of this when people talk about, my trauma, my PTSD, my this, my that, my pain. Well, yeah, you may have been diagnosed with PTSD. You may have been through trauma. You may have been experiencing pain. However, you're bringing it up all the time. You're having it that it is now part of your identity on a day-to-day basis and at the forefront of your conversations. You are now giving it a nice comfy spot to stay and to grow. You are now giving yourself a bonsai pot to get a little bit stuck and root bound in. You are now creating an environment where your world is shaped by this one experience. I would also see this as a little bit of giving your power away. If you talk about how wonderful your day has been, if you talk about how excellent your life is, if you can look at your day that may have been filled with lots of challenges and pick out one good thing and focus in on that and share that with the world, you are aligning yourself with that frequency. You are aligning yourself with that reality. Now, I'm not saying that we should all walk around delusional. I'm not saying we should all walk around and pretend like nothing's wrong and nothing's going on and any of that. It's more just, how are you framing it to yourself? If you choose to tell a story about something that was a struggle for you that day, are you relating to people only through struggle? Are you relating to people only through them feeling sorry for you because you've had a hard time? What you talk about, you bring about. And that's just a fact of life. And I see the people who talk about positive things, and I see them move through trauma, PTSD, other severe challenges. Severe. And they move through it much quicker than those who sit in it and make it their world. Those who choose to relate to others over and over again. And some of the most resilient people I've ever met are the ones who choose to cherry pick the good moments and leave the shitty moments behind them as fertilizer for the growth of their experiences. I think when we become more mindful about the words that we speak, we start to align more consciously. So have a little think about that. What you're talking about. See if it's what's being brought about. Our words are indicative of our beliefs and our limitations. Are you maintaining limitations? Are you keeping the bars of the cage strong? Are you reinforcing your own limitations through identifying with the challenges more so than in identifying with your blessings? To free yourself, you must choose your words wisely. And I work in this space every day. And those who are more mindful about the words that they are speaking are the ones that tend to get up and over things quickly. I mean, we all have to take time to heal through different situations, through different challenges. And sometimes you do need to take that time. But you must be mindful about what you're talking about and how it's shaping the world around you. So your words have power, and you can be constructive with those words or you can be destructive with those words. I would really recommend that you have a little go of trying to be constructive with your words. It really is a game changer. Alrighty. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this might have helped just a little bit. All right, have a good day.